How's it going, everyone? Pop-Tart here. Welcome back to the Aeroteam channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build the Airbus A330-200 in 1:1 scale. The A330 is a wide-body long-haul airliner. The A330-200 here is the shortened variant of the longer A330-300, the other member of its family. It entered service in 1998 and sees operation across the globe with some of its primary operators including China Eastern, Hawaiian, and Turkish Airlines, to name a few. As for the build itself here, as I mentioned, this is in 1:1 scale, meaning that every 1 meter in real life is equivalent to 1 block exactly. So if you are looking to build an airport project in this scale, this will be perfectly to scale with all of our other 1:1 aircraft on the channel. In terms of configurations for the A330, all three engine options are included here. First we have the characteristically sloped Trent 700, the Pratt & Whitney PW4000, and the General Electric CF6. So before we get going, there's just one last thing to mention. As always, this build does make use of our very own custom Aeroteam texture pack. A download link to the newly released version 2 of this pack can be found in the description below if you don't have it already. Now, if you are stuck using the default pack, if you're following along on console or something, I will do my best to show you how to go about building this in default, but please do keep in mind that I highly recommend using the Aeroteam pack instead, as it'll look much better. Anyways, with that all out of the way, let's get going on the tutorial. First things first, here's some dimensions for you to help you figure out where you want to put this. The A330-200 is 58 blocks long, 61 blocks across, and 17 blocks tall. So just keep that in mind as you're getting started. Now as for materials, here in the Aeroteam pack we're using the wool block, coupled with the purpose stairs and slabs for the smooth and shiny wool coloration for the aircraft. If you're in default, you'll probably want to use something like quartz as an alternative, so just use that instead of wool as I'm building. Since we do have the option to use wool though, here in the Aeroteam pack, this is a much nicer alternative to that. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll be referring to these as the wool stairs and slabs, but again, in the Aeroteam pack, that is the purpose stairs and slabs. Anyways, with that all out of the way, let's get going on layer 1. Alright, so for layer 1, if you are building this on the ground, as I am here, you'll be wanting to start layer 1 3 blocks off the ground, like this. Starting off of the third block, this will leave you with a 2 block space between layer 1 and the ground, like so. If you're building this in the air though, of course you won't have to worry about that, and you can just start wherever you like, but please do keep in mind that 3 block distance off the ground if you are building this, well, landed. To get started on layer 1 itself though, we're actually going to be starting with quartz slabs, and from the this third block up here, we're going to be starting with 2 quartz top slabs coming back just like this. We can get rid of these temporary blocks now, we won't be needing them again. Now these quartz slabs here, as opposed to the wool slabs, are to accent the nose gear door out from the aircraft. So if you are building in default and are already building the fuselage out of quartz, something you could do to accent doors and other details out of the aircraft is to use cobblestone here instead of quartz, like this, for gear doors, cargo doors, all that stuff, but since we do have the option to use quartz as an accent material here in the Aeroteam pack, this is much more realistic to the color of the actual door, so this is a much preferable alternative to that here. Anyways, now that we have that figured out, after we have these 2 quartz top slabs here, we're going to place a wool top slab back from this, and make this a row of 3 across, just like so. Now going back only on the right here, we actually have 3 more quartz top slabs going back. 1, 2, and 3, like so. This will not be on the left side, this is only on the right side for the forward cargo door on the right side of the nose here. And we'll just fill in the rest of this gap here with a 2x3 of our wool top slabs. Now going back here, we're going to bring this 4 more wool top slabs back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And box this off to either side, like so. After this here, we're going to have an upside down wool stair facing backwards for an airfoil extension on the underside of the fuselage there, right in front of the wing box. And out to the side, we're just going to have another wool top slab, like so. Now going back from the stair here, we're going to have a wool full block this time. And out to the side here, upside down wool stairs facing forwards to start off the curvature of the wing box. Going back here, we're going to have a row of 3 full wool blocks going across, just like this, with a wool top slab out to either side. This will give us the full width of the wing box here. So to box all this off now, we're just going to bring wool full blocks 8 blocks back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, like so. And box this off to either side, so you have an 8x5 rectangle here in the center, just like this. Now for the fuselage gear doors here, what we're going to have is on the outermost blocks here, a quartz full block, then a wool full block, and a second quartz full block like so. Quartz, wool, and quartz. On the inside of this here, we're going to have 1, 2, and 3 full blocks of quartz going across, just like this. This will give this kind of curved, U-shaped outline for the fuselage gear doors in here on the underside. And you'll just fill in the center right here with wool. Now that we have that, going back here, we're going to bring the wool 4 more blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And box this off to either side, like so. Now that we have that, just a row of 3 wool across the center this time, with an upside down wool stair facing backwards off to either side. Then a row of 3 upside down stairs facing backwards across the center right there, with the wool top slab off to either side. That'll finish off the curvature of the wing box at the back here. Next, before we continue on here, grab a lever, and on the underside of this row of 3 wool right here in the center, we're going to have a lever, and make sure that this is flipped facing backwards towards the rear of the aircraft, like so. Again, this is for another airfoil fin on the underside of the aircraft here. Now going back from this here, we'll have an upside down wool stair right here for yet again another airfoil extension, with a wool top slab out to either side. Now on the right side only this time, we'll have 3 quartz top slabs going back. 1, 2, 3. And again, this is for the aft cargo door this time to get that started, so that'll only be on the right side of the aircraft here. Then, on the other side here, that's 3 wool top slabs. Then a row of 4 wool top slabs down the center. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. And that is everything for layer 1. Alright, so for layer 2 here, we're going to be starting in front of these 2 quartz top slabs that we had in the previous layer. Coming off of this with a single quartz half slab forwards and up just like this to finish off the nose gear door right here. Now out to either side right here, what we're going to have is a wool full block. Building off of this here, from both of these full blocks, we're going to have an upside down wool stair facing forwards like so, with a full block of wool in the center, and a third wool stair off of that just like this. In front of each of these stairs, we're going to have a wool top slab coming forwards just to finish off the curvature of the underside of the nose right there. And out to either side of these wool stairs right here, we're going to want to place a stone button for the pitot tubes. Now, quite obviously, in vanilla, you can't really place a button on a transparent block like this. So what we're going to use for this is a world edit trick. We're going to have a temporary block out to the side, button on its face like this, then grab a stick or any old item and type /repl0 to switch this over to the replace tool. Select that stone button, remove it, and paste over the temporary block like so. That'll trick it into staying on this stair without falling off at all. We can do the same thing here on the other side, so block, button, select, and paste. If you don't have access to World Edit and can't include that detail, you probably don't have to include it. It's not exactly crucial, but it is a real detail on the actual aircraft. There's a reason we include stuff like this, so I highly recommend that you do include it if you can. Anyways, now that we have that, going back from the right side only here, back from this single block of wool right here, we're going to have 3 more going back. 1, 2, and 3, just like this, with 2 wool top slabs out to the side of those last 2 there. Now for the cargo door here, on the inside block, we're going to have a quartz full block, wool full block, and a quartz full block like this. And out to the side here, just 3 wool top slabs, or quartz top slabs rather, to finish off the outline for the forward cargo door. Going back here, we're going to have 6 wool blocks going back from this quartz full block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 6 wool top slabs, like so. Now on the left side of the aircraft here, that's just going to be 12 blocks going back, in addition to this one we have already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then 11 wool top slabs going from the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Oop, 11, there we go. And you see that should line up with the other side, just like this. So now that we have the forward section of the fuselage there, to continue on with the wing box, we're going to have 16 blocks of wool going back from this top slab right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Just like this. Now on the right side only here, and on the left side, again, asymmetry for the cargo doors, we're going to come in a block right here and have 3 blocks going back. 1, 2, and 3. With 3 wool top slabs out to the side. You'll see this overlaps with that rounded curve for the wing box right there. That's perfectly normal. That's how the shape is. So now going back from this here, from the wool full block, we're going to have a, same as we did up at the front, quartz full block, wool, and quartz, like so, with 3 quartz top slabs out to the side to finish off the circular outline. Next, we're going to bring 2 more blocks of wool back from that quartz full block there, with a single wool top slab going back there, just 1, not 2. Then a quartz full block back from that block of wool right there. This is for the smaller bulk cargo door behind the aft cargo door right here, for, well, bulk cargo loading rather than the containers that are used otherwise in the cargo holds. So, on the left side now, that's going to leave us with 9 blocks going back in the center right here, coming in at an angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That should line up just like this. Then overlap these last 2 blocks right here to cover up that gap on the underside. And then coming back from this wool block right there, we'll have 7 wool top slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, that should line up just like this. Now to finish off the empennage layering here, we're going to have a single block of wool back from that one in the center right there, with an upside down wool stair facing out to the, facing backwards out to either side like this, and a third back from that block of wool there. And from each of these upside down stairs now, we're going to just have 2 wool top slabs going back. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. And that will finish off the tail cone layering. And that's everything for layer 2. Alright, so for layer 3 here, what we're going to be doing is coming down to this first wool top slab that we placed in the last layer right here. This forwardmost one. Oh, I didn't mean to break that block. There we go. From this top slab right here, we're going to bring a wool full block forwards off of it, just like this. Then come back at an angle, and we're going to have 4 blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same thing on the other side here, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nope, 4, just like this. Next, come out to the side here, and we're going to have a quartz full block right here. This is going to start off our forward doors on the side. Same thing here, so quartz full block there. Then after this, we're going to have 5 blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Out to the side of this 5th block here, we're going to place a stone button. And then 3 more blocks going back after this. 1, 2, and 3. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stone button. 1, 2, and 3. Like so. Once we have that, after this here, we're going to have a quartz full block back from both of these to start off the next set of doors, the L2 and R2 doors. Now, interestingly enough, on the A330, this second set of doors is actually what's mostly used as the entry doors for the aircraft. So instead of just, entering the aircraft from the L1 door here, the most forward one, it's the second door back that the jetway connects to. So you would turn right to head down to the all the economy class, or left for the first class section up here, and so that way it kind of splits off the traffic. Anyways, now that we have these doors started here, we're going to have 17 blocks of wool back from both of these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, nope, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. After this here, we're going to have yet another door, so a quartz full block there. This will be for the aft emergency exits. Then after this here, we're going to have a row of 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, with a wool top slab back from both of those there. Coming in now towards the center to close off the step, we're going to have 2 blocks going back, like this, with a quartz full block back from both of these here for the aft exits. Back from both of these now, 2 more blocks of wool going back. Block towards the center there to close off that gap from the underside, and a second block back, just like this. Now, back from the center block right here, we're going to have an upside-down wool stair facing backwards, with 2 wool top slabs off of it. And then off to either side right here, next to this wool full block and the upside-down stair, just 2 wool top slabs. 1 and 2. And that is everything for layer 3. Alright, so for layer 4 here, to round off the nose, we're going to come to this wool full block here from the last layer, this very forwards one right here. And we're going to drop a wool half slab back from it, like this. That's going to round off the front of the nose cone right there. Now, out to the sides here, we're going to place a second and third wool slab there, out at an angle, like this, with a wool stair facing forwards back from both of those there. This will start to create the gap in here for the cockpit glass, which in 1-to-1 scale is half a block tall. So it's created using slab layers like this to, gap all of that off for the cockpit glass. So yeah, now that we have this shape in place here to close off the gaps here, where we have the cockpit, what we're going to grab is diorite slabs here. And back from this wool half slab right there at the very front, we're going to be placing 2 diorite slabs going back. Now in the Aeroteam V2 pack here, this diorite slab is a nice darker brick texture like this. If you're in default, just something like stone bricks will probably work just fine as an alternative, but you know, this nicer, this darker color is a lot nicer in that regard. Anyways, now that we have that, just to close off this last half slab block that's exposed there, we're just going to drop a black wool full block back from that to close everything off there. And that's it for the cockpit. Once we have that, what we're going to do now is drop a block of wool back from both of those wool stairs there, then come out at an angle and place down a quartz full block on top of the quartz block there from the previous layer. Out to either side this time, we're going to have a stone button this time. This is going to be for the handle here on the side of the door. And then back from this to create space between the windows here, we're just going to have a single block of wool back from both of those doors now. Now that we have that all in place, the next thing we're going to be doing is putting in the windows. So going back from these blocks of wool right here, we're going to be placing 7 wool stairs facing forwards going back. So that's facing forwards like this. So it's on the gap is on the first half of the block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Back from both of these here, we're going to have a quartz full block now, with a button out to the side. Full block and button to finish off those forward entry doors. Or the forward entry door and service door, the left and right doors, there, these ones. Now that we have that, we're going to switch to wool stairs facing backwards this time, and it's going to be 4 wool stairs facing backwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. 1, 2, 3, and 4. After this now, we're going to place a wool full block this time for a space between the windows, and then switch to wool stairs facing forwards yet again. So with this, it's going to be a row of 11 wool stairs facing forwards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Back from both of these now, a full block of wool, with a quartz full block and a button to finish off these doors here, the aft exit doors. Next, grab a block of wool and place that back from both of these doors there, for, yet again, window space. Then we'll be switching to wool stairs facing forwards. So this will be a row of 9 stairs facing forwards going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Like so. That should land on top of this very last wool top slab right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Next, what we're going to do is place one last window, this time coming in at an angle. So right there, just like this. And then back from both of these here, we're going to have a quartz... Oh, didn't mean to throw that out. Quartz full block there, out to either side, with a stone button on its face to finish off the aft doors. Now that we have that, going back from these quartz full blocks here, we're going to have 4 blocks of wool going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, what we're going to be doing is switching over to cobblestone and smooth stone, and this is going to be for the stabilizer trim, for the horizontal stabilizers here. So we're going to have a cobblestone full block back from these both of these rows of wool right here, then come in towards the center, and starting on top of that wool top slab there, we'll have 2 smooth stone blocks going back, like so. That's everything for the stabilizer trim in this layer, so switching back to the wool, we're going to have a wool full block back from that there. Wool upside down stair facing backwards, and 2 wool top slabs. Now, to start off the APU of the A330, we're going to grab a spruce trapdoor and place that back from that wool top slab right there. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a cobblestone texture like this. In default, you'll probably want to use something like an iron trapdoor instead, but this cobblestone texture will blend in much more nicely with the, well, you know, the cobblestone of the APU here. So that's what's going on there. Anyways, with that, that is everything for Layer 4. Alright, so for Layer 5 here, to finish off the outline of the cockpit windows, what we'll be doing is placing a single wool half slab on top of these wool stairs right here, then come in at an angle towards the front with a single wool slab there coming out, just like this. That'll give you this nice indent there for the cockpit glass. Then fill in this gap in the center here with a block of wool, and a row of 3 wool across the back right there. Back from these outer blocks now, we'll have a quartz full block for the forward doors right here. Then a row of 8 wool going back from these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And coming out to the sides now, we're going to close all this off here with a row of 8 wool half slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so. Next, grab your quartz. We're going to have a quartz full block right there. with a quartz half slab out to either side to finish off that door. Then a row of 17 wool blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, like so. And just bring a row of 17 half slabs out to the sides now. I already know that it's 17 here, so I'm not going to count, but you can if you want to. And next we'll just be doing the same thing to finish off these next doors here. So, half slab there, and full block in the center. Full block and half slab. Back from this now, we're going to bring a row of 11 blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now instead of 11 slabs out to the sides now, it's going to be a row of 9 slabs. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And this will finish off the rounded curvature of this outermost layer here. Now to close off this gap on top of this second to last window that we have right here, what we're going to do is drop a white carpet on top of it. And this will round off the smoothness of that top layer, keeping the shape of the window intact while also not impeding too much on the overall shape of the layer. So, same thing on the other side here, 9 slabs going back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, with the carpet on that last window, like so. Next, quartz full block on top of that last set of doors right there, and 4 more blocks going back, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, like this. Next, it's back to the stabilizer trim, so this time it's just going to be a single cobblestone half slab on top of those full blocks from the previous layer. Join this up with a block of wool in the center there to close that off. Then 3 smooth stone blocks going back, 1, 2, and 3, like so. That'll give you this nice panel here for the stabilizer trim. Next, 3 blocks of wool going back, 1, 2, and 3, with a cobblestone full block going back from that, and a stone button on its face to finish off the APU. And with that, that is everything for layer 5. Alright, so to finish off the fuselage now, we have layer 6. So, come down to where we have these forward doors right here, and in between the two, we're going to bring a wool half slab up just like this. This will leave you with those 2 exposed blocks right there on the previous layer, like so. Next, bring this 3 more slabs going back, in addition to this one that we already have here, 1, 2, and 3, and box this off to either side so we have a 3x3 box right there with 1 more sticking forwards. Next, in the center right here, we're going to have a wool stair facing backwards for an airfoil extension on the top of the aircraft, with a slab out to either side. Next, we'll have 2 more slabs going back right there. Box this off again. And then, in this space right here in the previous layer, what we're actually going to do is fill in those 2 gaps right there with a full block to give us space to work with right here. And we're going to switch over to the snow, and we'll be putting in the SATCOM antenna here. So for this, on top of this first block, we'll be placing 7 snow layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then 6 snow layers right here on this second block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like so. And box this off to either side with your wool slabs. This will give us this nice rounded bump on the top here for the SATCOM antenna at the front of the aircraft. After this here, we'll have 8 half slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And as always, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 out to the sides just to box all of this off. Next right here, what we're going to have is a red stained glass this time going back for the beacon light on the top of the aircraft here. Underneath it, to close off the transparent gap here, and also allow for light emission from the beacon light, we're going to have a sea lantern underneath this right here. That'll finish off the beacon light there. And out to either side here, yet again, half slabs like so. After this here, we've got a row of 12 slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And box this off to the sides, like so. Now that we have that, what we're going to do next is place a wool stair facing backwards for an airfoil extension on the top of the aircraft here. Then 4 slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. This time a wool stair facing forwards for another airfoil extension. Then 3 slabs going back, just like this. And now we can box all of that off as well. Once we have that, what we'll be doing here is placing a row of 11 blocks starting back from the center right here. This should start in between the two aft doors as well. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, like so. This should stop one short of that wool block from the previous layer there. And to finish off the curvature of the tail cone here, we're just going to place a single birch trapdoor there to round all of that off. Now in the Aeroteam pack, again, the birch trapdoor is a wool texture, so use that in the Aeroteam pack, or if you're in default, use an iron trapdoor instead. And to finish off the curvature of this second layer out right here, what we're just going to do is place 2 more slabs going back, like this. And with that, that is everything for layer 6, and the fuselage of the A330 is done. Alright, so now that we have the fuselage built, the next thing we're going to be doing here is putting in the vertical stabilizer of the A330. So for this, what I'm going to be doing is starting at the very back here, on top of this last wool block, and building the outline all the way from the back to the front and around, and then just filling everything in afterwards. So, starting on top of this wool full block right here, this very last one in the previous layer, we're going to have 2 blocks of wool going up, like this, with a wool top slab back from that last block. 2 more blocks going up there, then come back at an angle right there, and we'll have 3 blocks going up, 1, 2, and 3, with the top slab back from that last block. Then 2 more blocks going up with a half slab on top, like so. 2 more slabs going forwards to give you a row of 3 across the top right here. Then 2 blocks underneath those 2, like so. A half slab going forwards from that second block, wool block right there, with a block underneath. Half slab going forwards, block underneath, half slab going forwards, and a block underneath, like this. This should give you 3 of that same pattern going down. Next, we're going to have a total of 5 blocks of wool going down diagonally. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like this. That should land right there on top of that, on top of the layer 6, really, with a single half slab forwards to round off the transition. Now that we have that outline in place, everything in here is just going to get filled in with the wool block. So, fill all of this in here, like so. And there you go, that's everything for the vertical stabilizer. Alright, so for the horizontal stabilizers right here, what we're going to be doing is coming down to the stabilizer trim that we have built here, and going back from this cobblestone full block, we're going to be starting with a smooth stone top slab back from it like this. It should be coming off from this first block layer of the smooth stone portion of the trim right there. Next, switch over to your cobblestone slabs for the leading edge detailing. We'll have a single cobblestone top slab coming out at an angle like this, then a second, like so. Then come directly out to the side here and up a half slab layer. We have a single cobblestone half slab there. Come out at an angle here and we have 1 and 2 diagonally. Then going directly out to the side, a single cobblestone top slab up a layer, like this. Then come back at an angle and we have a single cobblestone top slab diagonally, like so. Then come back at an angle and we have 1 and 2 smooth stone top slabs going back. That'll be the end of the wingtip right there. Or, well, not the wingtip, but the tip of the horizontal stabilizer. And we'll be changing directions now. So, switching over to the stonebrick slabs for the elevator detailing at the rear. We'll be placing 2 more stonebrick slabs going towards the center there from that last block. Then come in and towards the center here, and we have 2 more cobblestone, or stonebrick top slabs rather, like this. Then come down at an angle here, and we have a single stonebrick slab there towards the center. Then come in at an angle here, 1, 2, and 3 towards the center. And that should connect up right there with that very last wool block from layer 5, I believe. That will give you the outline for the horizontal stabilizer here. So now, before we can start filling in everything, what we're going to be doing is just building all of the layering outlines. So, starting from that very last stonebrick slab that we placed there, we have a single smooth stone slab going forwards, then 1 and 2 going out at an angle like this. That should connect up right there with that cobblestone slab up a layer, like this. Then, where we have these 2 stonebrick slabs right here, going forwards from the outermost of the 2 right there, we'll have a single smooth stone slab. That'll give you all of the layering outlines here. So, everything between, well, this bottom layer and the next layering outline up is going to be filled in with the smooth stone slabs. So what that'll look like is this. Everything in there is just going to be filled in. Same thing with the second layer up, and the third layer up, just like this. So that's everything for the left horizontal stabilizer here, and it's just the same thing on the right. So, starting back from that cobblestone full block there, smooth stone top slab, come out at an angle here, we have 1 and 2 cobblestone top slabs diagonally, like so. Then directly out to the side and up a half slab layer, 1 cobblestone half slab right there. Then 2 more going diagonally back to the side, just like this. Directly out to the side this time, and up a half slab layer, cobblestone top slab right there, with a second going back diagonally. Then 1 and 2 smooth stone slabs diagonally back, like so. Going towards the center now with our stonebrick slabs for the trailing edge elevator detailing. 1 and 2 going towards the center right there from that last of the 2 smooth stone slabs right there. Then in towards the center, 1 and 2, like so. Down a half slab layer, we have a single stonebrick half slab right there. Then 1, 2, and 3 towards the center, and that should connect up like so. So for the layering outlines now, a smooth stone slab going forwards from that last one that we just placed, then 1 and 2 going directly out to the side, like so. And then just a single smooth stone slab right there, out from that outermost one of the 2 of those stonebrick slabs right there. Then just fill all of this in. And with that, you'll have the horizontal stabilizers in place. There we go. So with that, we can now move on to the wings. Alright, so to get the wings started here, we're first going to be building the root outline at the base here. This will give us a base to work off of as we continue building. So what we're going to do here is come down to the wing box at the very front right here, where you have this angle here at the outermost layer. We're going to, let's see, find this wool block right here on top of this wool top slab, and back a block right here from the second wool full block back. We're going to have a smooth stone top slab out to the side, like so, with a smooth stone full block behind. Now on top of the smooth stone full block here, what we're going to do is grab a jungle trapdoor and place that on top. Now in the Aeroteam V2 pack, the jungle trapdoor is a smooth stone trapdoor, like so. Then we have 4 more smooth stone half slabs back from the trapdoor there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, coming down here, we'll have 4 smooth stone top slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. With a smooth stone half slab down a layer like this. Then switch over to the stonebrick slabs. And we have a smooth stone, or a stonebrick top slab rather, down a layer just like this. This will start off the flap outline detailing on the trailing edge here. That's coming forwards from that stonebrick top slab right there. We're going to have a row of 8 smooth stone half slabs going back, or top slabs rather. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, like so. Then just come up with a smooth stone half slab right there to connect in with the front of the wing root outline. Alright, so now that we have the wing root outline in place, the next thing we're going to be doing is building out the leading edge outline for the wing. So for this, we're going to start right here by this smooth stone full block right there at the wing root. Then come off out to the side right here, back at an angle. We have 2 cobblestone top slabs out to the side, just like this. Again, that starts back at an angle, not directly out from it, so that leaves that smooth stone full block exposed there. Continuing on now, what we're going to do is drop a spruce trapdoor on top of the innermost cobblestone top slab right there, or again, iron trapdoor in default. Coming out from that second cobblestone top slab now, we'll have a single top slab right there, diagonal out at an angle. Then come out at an angle here and up a half slab layer, we'll have a single slab right there. Then directly out to the side this time, a cobblestone full block, like this. Next, out to the side here, we've got a single smooth stone slab with a smooth stone full block behind it, like this. Now underneath this half slab right here, the smooth stone half slab, what we're going to be doing is grabbing a blue concrete, or any temporary block, I'm just using blue concrete personally, and placing 2 of these temporary blocks going down from that half slab just like this. This is going to be a marker for us later when we put in the engine pylon and flap track fairings and everything else, the final details for the wing. So we'll be getting back to this later after we've finished the shape of the wing itself. Anyways, now that we have that, we'll be switching back to our cobblestone slabs for the leading edge slat detailing. Coming off of the smooth stone full block right here, we'll have 1 and 2 cobblestone top slabs out at an angle like this. Then 1 and 2 more diagonally out to the side, like so. Starting on top of this last one now, we're going to have 2 cobblestone slabs going up to the side, like this. Then 1 cobblestone half slab out diagonally. Then 1 and 2 out at an angle. Then come up a layer, and we have a single cobblestone top slab right there, out diagonally, like so. Then 1 and 2 cobblestone top slabs out at an angle. Then 2 diagonally this time, 1 and 2. Then, from the second here, come directly out to the side and up a half slab layer right here. We have a single half slab, with 1 more going out diagonally from it, like so. then 1 and 2 going out to the side, then a single cobblestone slab diagonally out like so. And with that, that's everything for the slab detailing here. So for the last thing we're going to be doing is grabbing a red slab here, which for me is the polished granite slab in the Aeroteam V2 pack. In default, use a brick slab for that red color. So off from this cobblestone slab right here, we're going to have a single, well, polished granite slab for me, or again bricks, coming off of it diagonally just like this. This is for the red nav light on the left side of the aircraft here. And back from it here, a single smooth stone slab going back. And with that, we've hit the wingtip of the A330. So if you need a second glance at that pattern now, well, that's on screen now. I'm not the best at explaining it, so do as I do, not as I say. If anything I'm explaining seems to be a bit confusing, just follow what's on screen. I just feel like that needs to be said. This is a bit more of a complicated build. So, yeah. Anyways, now that we have that, that's the leading edge outline complete. So next what we'll be doing is switching sides and coming back in towards the center of the aircraft for the trailing edge outline. So, switching over to the stone brick slabs for the aileron and flap detailing here. What we're going to have is a single stone brick slab coming in towards the center from that smooth stone slab there. Then come in towards the center right here, we have 1 and 2 slabs. Then down a half slab layer right here, I have a single stone brick top slab right there. Then come in towards the center, we have 2 stone brick top slabs. Then a second row of 2, 1 and 2, like this. Down half slab layer again, 1 single stone brick half slab right there. Then come in towards the center, 1 and 2 stone brick half slabs like so. Next what we'll be doing is switching over to our temporary blocks again, and we have a single temporary block coming back from that second half slab right there. As I mentioned, this is now for the flap track fairings on the trailing edge here, and we'll be getting to that after we finish the wing itself. So, coming off of this row of 2 here, we'll have a second row of 2 of stone brick half slabs. Then down a layer, a single stone brick top slab right there, with 2 more temporary blocks going off of it towards the rear. Come in towards the center, 1 and 2 stone brick top slabs right there. Then 1 stone brick top slab. Then coming in towards the center now, a 1 and 2 stone brick half slabs down a layer this time. Back from this first one here, you can consider this a row of 3 going across in terms of the top-down layering. Back from that center block right there, just a single temporary block like so. Now for the row of 2, we have a single stone brick half slab right there. Then coming down a layer right here, we have 1 and 2 stone brick top slabs. Off of that first one right there, 2 temporary blocks going back. Then come down a layer right here, we have 1 and 2 stone brick half slabs towards the center. And that should land right there in line with the stone brick top slab from the wing root. And with that, the wing outline is joined up. So the next thing that we'll be doing is filling in all of the layering outlines. So we'll be starting right here down at the bottom, from the base up to the wingtip. And starting from the trailing edge here, you can see that this first layer is already filled in. It's as simple as 2 diagonal slabs right here. So for the next layer up, starting from the stone brick top slab right there, what we're going to have is 1 and 2 smooth stone slabs off of it diagonally, just like this. That should join up right there with the wing root. For the next layer out right here, we're going to have 1 and 2 smooth stone slabs going in diagonally, like so. Then 2 slabs towards the front, like this. Then 1 slab diagonally, like so. That should connect up right there again with the wing root. For the next layer out right here, we have 1 and 2 smooth stone slabs diagonally. Then 1 and 2 towards the front. Then 3 towards the front this time. 1, 2, and 3. And this time, it will connect right up here with this cobblestone full block on the leading edge. And just to save ourselves some confusion for later, what we're going to do is fill in this forward edge right here with smooth stone top slabs. So basically, everything inside the or half slabs rather, everything inside this leading edge outline, just like this. So you have 1 slab there, and then 2 coming in from it. And that should all fall right inside where we had this leading edge outline. That'll just save ourselves some confusion later as we're putting in the, well, as we're filling everything in afterwards, just so you don't accidentally go over that leading edge outline and start filling in that. So once we have that, we can move up to the next layer here. So, where we have this stone brick half slab right there, what we're going to have off of this is a single smooth stone slab there, then 2 coming towards the front, then a second row of 2 coming towards the front, and that'll connect up right there with this cobblestone slab in the slat detailing. For the next layer up here, where we have this stonework top slab, we'll have 1 and 2 smooth stone top slabs coming off of it diagonally, then 1 and 2 towards the front, like so. And for our final layer here, we have these 2 stonework half slabs. We'll have a total of 1, 2, and 3 off of it diagonally, like so. And that'll connect up right there with the leading edge. And with that, that's all of the layering outlines in place for the top face here. So what we're going to be doing next is just filling in everything as we did with the horizontal stabilizers. So everything inside the current layer's outline here and the next layer outline above is going to get filled in with the smooth stone slabs. Since the scale itself is so small here, the flap outline is only 1 block thick, so we don't have anything else to worry about in terms of filling in more flap outlines before we continue filling this in. So everything's just going to get filled in with the smooth stone slab as normal. So everything in here is just going to get filled in where we have a gap exposed. Oh, here's Mind below the wing. Mind is the mastermind behind this aircraft. He's involved with basically all of our one-to-one projects at this point. So, yeah. I believe there's actually a time-lapse of this this aircraft's original building on Jordan's channel back in 2018 or so, I want to say, where Mind built all of that. And since then, it's been redesigned quite a bit, but, yeah. So, once we have this, that's not where that goes, there we go. Again, that's in line with the previous layer's outline, so that, not that. Make sure you don't do what I did, though. So, once we have that, that is the top face of the wing filled in. So now that we have the top looking nice and pretty, you'll notice that the underside is looking a little bit on the hollow side. So that's what we'll be fixing next. For the underside layering here, what we're going to be doing is coming to the wing root here, and where we have these 2 cobblestone top slabs, we're actually going to be turning that first top slab there into a cobblestone full block, so that is something I missed on my part here. But yeah, so that's going to be a full block. Now going back from it here, we're going to have 4 smooth stone slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. Then come out at an angle and going back here. Oh, making sure not to break that top face. Coming back here, we have a total of 4 smooth stone slabs going back now. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That'll connect in right there with the stonework slab there. We might as well just fill in the layers as we go here, since it is less substantial than filling in the top. So, that'll just fill in there with the smooth stone slabs. For the next layer up here, where we have that cobblestone slab there. Coming back from it here, we're going to have 2 smooth stone top slabs right there. Then out at an angle, we have 5 going back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That'll meet up right there with the flap outline. And again, fill all of this in here. For the next layer up here, where we have that smooth stone full block in the engine pylon right there. Going back from it, we're going to have 2 smooth stone half slabs right here. Then out at an angle, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going back, like so. Again, that'll connect up with the flap outline there. Excuse the strange FOV as Mind splashed me with a slowness potion. That's fun. Okay. Recording around this server gets hard sometimes. So, this layer is just going to get filled in like so. For the next layer up here, where we have this cobblestone slab, going back from it here, I swear to God. Hello! So, where we have this cobblestone slab right here for the next layer up, going back from it, 1 and 2 smooth stone slabs. Then out at an angle right here, 1, 2, and 3. And that'll meet up there, and fill all of that in. For the next layer out here, we have we have this 1 smooth stone slab there already. So we'll have a second going back right here. Then out at an angle, 1 and 2 going back. That'll connect right up there. We won't be doing anything more, it's just going to be a 3-3-1 layer right here. Then fill that in like so. And for our very last layer on the underside right here, where we have this cobblestone slab, I'll have a smooth stone slab back from it. Smooth stone slab out at an angle there. And yeah, that'll fill it in, so it's going to be 2-2-1 across. And that is the underside complete. So with the wing layering all finished up now, the next thing that we're going to be doing is putting in the final details. So we'll be starting here with the engine pylon, where we have these 2 temporary blocks going down. What we're going to do is knock out this top block right here, and replace it with a cyan terracotta. We have 2 more of these cyan terracottas going back now. These last 2 will have stone buttons out to the side for rivet detailing on the side of this darker portion of the engine pylon. Going forwards from this here, we're going to have 2 smooth stone blocks forwards, like so. And then to round off the curvature, we're going to have a dark oak trapdoor on top. This darker color here in this trapdoor, as opposed to just using a normal smooth stone trapdoor or whatever, is for the darker vents that are kind of higher up on the engine pylon right here. So that's an actual detail on the real aircraft that is being replicated. So, in the Aeroteam V2 pack here, as I said, that dark oak trapdoor is a dark brick texture like this. In default, again, probably an iron trapdoor instead, because using a wood texture there would be incredibly nasty. But yeah, this darker color is the closest to the actual detail. Anyways, once we have that figured out, the next thing that we're going to be doing here to curve off the back is dropping a smooth stone full block back from that last cyan terracotta there. Upside down stonebridge stair facing backwards off of it here, with 1 and 2 smooth stone top slabs going back, like so. Next, underneath this smooth stone full block right there, we'll have a spruce trapdoor underneath it, and a second going forwards, like so. Or again, iron trapdoor in default. This is for the darkened outline underneath the engine pylon here, right after the exhaust. So with that, that is the engine pylon in place. Next we'll be moving onto the flap track fairings. Alright, so for the flap track fairings here, we're going to be starting from the inside and working our way out. So, the first thing that we're going to do is find these 2 temporary blocks right here, knock out this forwardmost one right there, replace it with a smooth stone bottom half slab. Then we have a stone brick half slab below it, or in front of it rather, turning that top slab into a full block. Then 1, 2, and 3 more top slabs, or half slabs rather, going forwards, like so. For the next fairing out here, starting underneath that single slab, or temporary block, we have a total of 5 smooth stone top slabs going forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like so. For the next fairing out here, where we have these 2 temporary blocks, what we'll be doing is knocking out this forwardmost one right there, and replacing it with a smooth stone bottom half slab. Again, stone brick bottom slab going forwards from it like this to turn that into a full block. Then this time, just 2 smooth stone slabs going forwards, like so. And for the 4th and final flap track fairing here, starting underneath that temporary block, 4 smooth stone top slabs forwards, like so. And with that, that's all 4 flap track fairings in place. So we can go through and remove the remaining temporary blocks in the fairings and engine pylon. And with that, we'll move on to the winglets. So for the winglets here, we'll be starting off of the nav light right here. That's a bottom half slab there, so we'll be starting with a wool top slab out to the side, like so, with the second going back from it right here. From the second, we'll have a single wool half slab out at an angle, or out to the side from it right here, with a full block behind. And that's all there is to it. The winglets of the A330 are very characteristically flat like this, so it's almost like the 747-400 in the way it's, you know, the flat panel off of the wingtip. But yeah, 4 blocks in total, not a whole lot to it. That's the winglet done. So with that all in place now, the last thing to do for the wings here is mirror this all over to the right side of the aircraft. You'll be able to find a timestamp back to when we started the wing route in the description below if you'd like to skip back to that. But yeah, I'll see you once that's all mirrored over. And this is what your finished wing should look like copied over to the right side of the aircraft. I'll show it on the underside as well here, but yeah, just pause if you need a look to clarify anything. So, once we have that, there's just one last thing to do for the right wing here. That's to switch out this red nav light here on the right side for the green nav light, as is, well, on the right side of the aircraft. So, in the Aeroteam pack here, for us, that is the, where is it here? It's the prismarine brick slab. So you'll knock out that red slab and replace it with this prismarine brick slab. That's the same in the V1 or V2 packs here of the Aeroteam pack. It's this nice solid green color here for the green nav light. Now, in default, I believe it's the dark prismarine is probably going to be the closest to a green color that you'll have in default, but it's kind of a greenish blue. But it will still get the point across as, you know, a hint at the essence of a green nav light. But yeah, so that's what's going on there for that. And with that, we can move on to the engine options. Alright, so it has now come to that special time of the tutorial where it's time for you to make the final decision between which engine variant you'd like to use for the A330. If you're building this for a specific airline livery, this is of course something that will vary by operator, so that is something you'll want to bear in mind. If you already know which engine you're using, perfect, that makes things all the more easy for us. If you're just building this for fun though, and you still need to decide, again, here's another look for you. We've got the Rolls-Royce Trent 700, the Pratt & Whitney PW4000, and the General Electric CF6. Now the PW4000 and CF6 are very similar in the shape of the engine cowling and all that. The major differences are that the CF6 is a bit flatter on the underside, where the PW4000 has a bit more roundness to it. And the exhaust cone here at the end of the exhaust nozzle, the exhaust cone sticks out a bit farther than it does on the PW4000. It's a bit more pointy. So that's the main differences between the two there. So hopefully that'll provide some help to you on the grand decision of which engine variant you're using. But yeah, let's get building. So the order in which I'll be working here is basically front to back, starting with the Trent engines, then Pratt & Whitney, and CF6. So obviously I'll be starting with the Trent engines then. If you're using one of the other two, you'll find a timestamp to those in the description below. But yeah, let's get going on the Trent 700 engines. Alright, so for the Rolls-Royce Trent 700, we'll be starting right here, underneath this foremost of the three cyan terracottas going back. Underneath this first one here, we'll be placing a single black wool block, with two more going forwards, just like this, so you have a row of 3 black wool right here. This is just to get the core of the engine started. We'll be building our way out. Now that we have that, starting underneath this forwardmost one right here, we'll have an upside-down wool stair facing backwards, with 2 more wool top slabs going back from it. Now building forwards here, off of that upside-down stair, we'll have a single wool half slab right there, and a wool half slab coming off of that smooth stone block. Speaking of this smooth stone block, only for the Trent 700 engines here, we're actually going to be replacing this with a stone brick block right here. So you have a single smooth stone full block there, then a stone brick full block going forwards from it. This is again just for the Trent 700 engines. But yeah, so once we have this here, the next thing we're going to be doing is, let's start off the inlet cowling here. So for this we're going to grab smooth stone. Coming off of both of these wool slabs now, we're going to have a smooth stone slab. From this top smooth stone slab here, come down with a full block of smooth stone, and a smooth stone top slab underneath it. Same thing on the inboard side. Just like that. Now going back from it here, we're going to have a wool block off of both of those smooth stone blocks. And then 1 and 2 wool top slabs going back from the smooth stone top slabs. Next here, to build off the kind of strangely tapered engine here, so it's very large at the front and then tapers towards the back, we'll have a wool stair facing out to the side, then a dead brain coral fan off of that black wool there. This is in the Aeroteam pack here, a wool vertical slab model. In default, probably use like an iron trapdoor or something. That'll probably be the best alternative, but yeah, this is a better depiction of the curvature of the engine. Off of this here, we'll have a birch trapdoor closed against that black wool there, or again, iron trapdoor in default. And same thing on the other side here. So, wool stair to the side, dead brain coral fan, and a birch trapdoor closed against. Now to finish off the engine here, what we're going to do is grab a dead tube coral fan, and this is going to come off of the black wool there. This is a smooth stone vertical slab, and this is for the exhaust mixer at the end of the Trent 700 engine. As opposed to having, you know, the full bypass exhaust at the end, and then the exhaust nozzle and cone coming out of that, as is most often seen in turbofan engines. The Trent 700 has an exhaust mixer, which basically mixes it all into a single nozzle at the rear, and so it's a smaller exhaust port for that. That's basically the best kind of explanation I can make of that, but yeah. And to finish off the engine here, we're going to come to the inlet here, and where we have that black wool full block, we're going to grab a quartz slab and place a quartz half slab on the bottom face off of it just like this, and that will be for the spinner on the center of the inlet fan. And with that, that's everything for the Trent engines. So we'll just do the same thing on the other side here. So, black wool full block underneath that first forwardmost cyan terracotta there. 2 more going forwards. Underneath this here, upside down wool stair facing backwards, and 2 more wool top slabs off of this. Wool half slab off of that there, and a wool half slab off of the smooth stone block right there. making sure to replace that with stone bricks. Then for the inlet cowling here, smooth stone slabs off of both of those. Stone full block going down off of that top one with a top slab underneath. Then 2 wool top slabs back from both of those smooth stone top slabs. Full block on top of the first, stair facing out to the side, wool vertical slab, and a birch trapdoor closed against that last block, like so. Wool full block, stair out to the side, a wool vertical slab, and a birch trapdoor closed against. To finish off the exhaust mixer, wow, I butchered that word. To finish off the exhaust mixer, we've got a dead tube coral fan off of the end there, and a quartz half slab off of that black wool block for the spinner on the intake. And that's it for the Trent 700s. Alright, so for the Pratt & Whitney PW4000s, we'll be starting underneath these 2 smooth stone blocks right here, with 2 black wool full blocks underneath, like so. Underneath this rear block right here of the 2, we'll have a wool full block right there. And then for the intake fan at the front, we want a wool slab on the bottom half here, but a black wool block exposed on the top half of this block. In the Aeroteam pack here, this perfect solution provides itself in the form of the stripped oak log, which is a half wool, half black wool texture, like this. If you're stuck in defaults and can't use this at all, you can probably get away with just using a full block of black wool, as we are going to actually be covering up the bottom face here with birch trapdoors, so that works as well, but yeah, so this half model does work wonders for the engine intake. Anyways, now that we have that, what we're going to be doing is dropping a wool half slab off the front right there of it, and then next grabbing those birch trapdoors that I talked about. So, underneath this slab right there, and the next block back, we'll have 2 birch trapdoors, just like this. So it'll kind of round up towards the rear right here. Now going forwards to build off the engine intake, we'll be using stone brick slabs for the darker intake on this one. We've got a stone brick half slab off of this right here, with a stone brick top slab out to either side like so. Stone brick full block on top of that, with a half slab joined in the center. Next what we'll be doing is grabbing a quartz slab and placing a quartz half slab off of that black wool full block right there. This will be for the spinner in the center of the intake fan. Now to finish off the sides of the cowling right here, what we're going to have is 2 black wool, or white wool full blocks rather, back from this stone brick top slab right here, 1 and 2, and a wool top slab off of it. 1 and 2, and a top slab there. Next we have 3 black wool full blocks. I keep saying that, I'm looking at the black wool here. 3 wool blocks coming back from the stone brick right here. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3, like so. And to round off the top now, just 2 slabs on top of those forwardmost 2 of the 3. Just like this. Now, the cowling itself actually curves up a little bit here into the engine pylon. So what we're going to be using for this is a snow layer here, hovering inside this block. For this, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 snow layers right here. This is halfway between a half slab and a full block, like so. We'll select that with the replace tool, and drop a temporary block in front of that smooth stone there, and paste over like this. That'll trick that snow layer there into staying, well, intact above a non-full block, like this. So it keeps the curvature of the engine intact. Now, if you can't include that, you can probably get away with just using a wool full block if you don't have access to World Edit, but I highly recommend that you do that if you can. Anyways, now that we have that, the cowling is in place. So what we can do now is start putting in the exhaust at the back here. So what we have here is a stone brick top slab back from the wool full block right there, with a black concrete powder on top, like so, for the darker interior of the engine that's visible. Out to either side here, we're going to have a dead tube coral fan, just like this, for a smooth stone vertical slab. If you need in default, you can probably substitute an iron trapdoor, but this is a much preferable alternative to the tapering of the actual exhaust nozzle. So, now that we have that, back from this stone brick slab right there, what we're going to have is a... I don't have it in my inventory. Dark oak trapdoor here, back from that stone brick top slab, with a cobblestone wall on top, like this. This is for the exhaust cone here in the center of the exhaust nozzle that sticks out very slightly. So, yeah, that's what we can do, is close a dark oak trapdoor against either side, just like this. That'll finish off the tapering of the exhaust nozzle. Now the exhaust cone on the inside here sticks out straight to the sides. It doesn't, or straight backwards like this. It doesn't, you know, connect off to the side in real life, quite obviously. So we can actually make this a little bit nicer if we have access to world edit by placing two cobblestone walls in front of each other, like this, selecting the rear one right here with world edit, and then pasting over that cobblestone wall. That'll get rid of those two side connections and smooth this off nicely here, so it's just the cone sticking out of the rear. Anyways, that's it for the PW4000. So we'll just do this on the other side here. Again, that's a two black wool full blocks underneath the smooth stone there, with a wool full block underneath the back one right there, and a stripped oak log, or again, black wool full block ahead of that there. We'll slide forwards from that. Next, grab birch trapdoors. That's not a birch trapdoor. There we go. Two of these birch trapdoors going back underneath those first two blocks there. Then with the stone brick slabs for the inlet cowling. Stone brick slab there. Top slab out to either side here. Full block on top, and join that up with a half slab in the center. We've got a quartz slab in there in the center for the spinner. Then, let me see, I believe this is two wool full blocks back with a top slab off of it. Two full blocks and a top slab there. Then three wool full blocks back from the stone brick full blocks there. And two wool half slabs on top of those, center of the four. For the tapering there in the center, that's again 6 snow layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Select and paste. Then for the exhaust cone at the back here, or the exhaust nozzle, we've got a stone brick top slab off of that there, with a black concrete powder on top. Close this off to either side with a dead tube coral fan for the smooth stone vertical slab. Dark oak trapdoor out to either side, cobblestone wall on top for the exhaust cone in the center, and close off two of these dark oak trapdoors against it. Or again, iron trapdoors in default. I don't know how many times I need to say it for that to be a thing, but yeah. Then two cobblestone walls in front of each other, select the back one, and paste over for the exhaust cone. And that is everything for the PW4000s. Alright, so for the General Electric CF6 turbofan engines here, we'll be starting with a black wool block here, with two black wool full blocks underneath those two smooth stone blocks there in the pylon. Underneath this here, we'll have a black wool full block, or wool full block rather, underneath this rearmost of the two there, with a stripped oak log in front of it right here. This will give a black wool texture on the top here, with a white wool texture on the bottom half, mixing the two slabs together. This is needed for the 1.5 tall intake fan that's visible in the center here. If you're in default and can't include that, you'll probably have to just stick with a wool full block there and have the bottom half be a little bit strange, but yeah, this is a much nicer alternative. It, well, it smooths off the underside here so that the wool texture is visible, while also including the black wool texture in the center for the fan. Anyways, now that we've got that mess out of the way, we'll half slab forwards from that there. Then grab stone brick slabs. We'll build off the inlet cowling here. Stone brick slab off that there, with a top slab out to either side like this. Stone brick full block on top of those, and join those in the center with a half slab like so. Back from both of these top slabs there, we'll have two wool full blocks going back, with a top slab off of that. 1 and 2. Top slab there. Then 3 wool blocks going back like this, and 2 wool slabs on top of those first two right there. 1, 2, and 3, and 2 wool slabs there. Now, to finish off the curvature of the engine here, you'll see that I left this open. What we'll first want to do is drop a quartz half slab there in the center, in front of that black wool block right there for the spinner in the center of the intake fan. Now, on top of this right here, what we're going to do is trick snow layers into floating in here to finish off the curvature of the engine. So this will be 6 snow layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is exactly halfway between a wool half slab and a wool full block, like this. So, oh, I deleted it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Didn't mean to do that. So we'll select this with the replace tool, as we've always done. Drop a temporary block in front there, and paste over like so. So now that we have the cowling of the engine done, what we're going to grab here is a smooth stone slab right here, back from that wool full block, to start off the exhaust nozzle here. On top of this, we're going to have a black concrete powder for the darker portion of the engine interior that's, well, visible from the rear. And off to either side here, what we're going to have is a dead tube coral fan here for a smooth stone vertical slab. And if you've been following all the way through, you'll remember that we used a stone brick top slab for, well, this block right here in the PW4000s. The exhaust cone, or the exhaust nozzle of the CF6 engines here are a little bit shinier, so we're using smooth stone instead of stone brick for that. That's just an interesting little tidbit. Anyways, off of this here, what we're going to grab is a dark oak trapdoor. Have that off of that smooth stone top slab right there. Then a diorite wall back from this here. We've got two of these, 1 and 2, knocking out that first of the two spruce trapdoors right there, with a dark oak trapdoor closed against either side like this. This is for the pointier exhaust cone on the inside of the CF6 engines. And what we can do here to clean up this last one and make it even more pointy and longer is place 3 of these back to back right here and select the center one. This will not only remove the pillar in the center, but also extend it even farther past to give it even more of a, well, a pointy character that's matching of the real engine. After that, there's just one last thing to do here, and that's something that I think I missed. So we'll have, see if I can grab it here. Actually, I have it in my inventory already. 3 snow layers on top of this exposed wool block right here. 1, 2, and 3. Just like this. And that'll kind of bulk up the back portion of the engine here. Anyways, that's everything for the CF6 engine. So we'll just do the same on the other side here. Again, that's 2 black wool blocks underneath the smooth stone here. Wool full block underneath the rear one there with a stripped oak log in front. A wool half slab going forwards there. Then a stone brick slab there. Stone brick top slab off to either side. Full block on top and join in the center, like so. Back from the top slabs here. 2 wool full blocks and a top slab. 2 wool full blocks and a top slab. 3 blocks across, 2 slabs, and this time I'll make sure to include these snow layers. So that's 3 snow layers, like so. 3 blocks across, 2 slabs, 3 snow layers. And then 3, 4, 5, and 6 snow layers there for the engine pylon. Actually, not pylon, to finish off the engine. And we'll want to make sure that we actually drop that quartz slab in there for the spinner beforehand so that we don't give that snow layer a block update and break everything. Now that the cowling's in place there, again that's a smooth stone top slab there to start off the exhaust nozzle with a black concrete powder on top, then 2 diorite walls going back right here, dead tube coral fan out to either side of that black concrete powder, and close off dark oak trapdoors against the side and underside like so. And to finish off the exhaust cone, 3 diorite walls back to back, select the center with a stick, and paste over. Bam. And that is everything for the CF6 engines. So with the engines taken care of, that is everything for the in-flight aircraft. If you are building the A330 in the air with the landing gear retracted, then that's it. You're done with this tutorial, and you can skip right on ahead to the end of the video. If you are building the A330 with the landing gear extended though, on the ground, as I am here, next up we'll be building the landing gear. Alright, so for the landing gear of the A330, we'll be starting up here with the nose gear, where we have this furthest back quartz top slab right there for the nose gear door. We'll be knocking out this quartz top slab, and above it right here in this gap, we'll be sealing that off with a cobblestone block, like so. Down from that there, we have 2 cobblestone walls for the gear strut here, with a black wool full block underneath for the nose gear, and a stone button out to either side to fill in the rim details. And for the opened gear door here, we'll have an upside down quartz stair out to either side right here, facing towards the outside of the aircraft, like so. So that'll be the open portion of the nose gear door there where that's opened up. Once we have that, there's a little bit more that we can do in terms of making this nicer. So what we're going to do here is first drop a temporary block in front of that bottom of the 2 cobblestone walls there, with a torch on its face, select and replace like so. Oh, make sure you're in fast mode. I missed that. So that's //fast. And doing so will ensure that when things are pasted in, no block updates are dispensed, and so things won't break when you paste them over like that. So let's try that again this time, and there we go. So that'll get that torch model on there for the taxi light on the front of the nose gear here. And now what we can do is also just bulk up the back section of this a little bit more. So what we're going to do for that, to make this strut more realistic in its shape and kind of wider like this, I can throw away that torch now. What we're going to do is turn this wool top slab there into a wool full block. Next, select one of the wool top slabs just anywhere and paste over like this. When you're in fast mode, that will keep this cobblestone stair as it was with the rear connection, so it's thicker towards the back edge like this. And we want to do the same to this cobblestone wall here, but we can't do it in the same way, because putting a block behind it here will change the state of the cobblestone wall and update this torch model, effectively breaking it off. So what we're going to do here is place 3 cobblestone walls back to back like this, with a 4th on top of the center to give it the pillar shape in the middle as opposed to just being a flat wall across. We'll select that middle one right there, remove all of the temporary blocks, and paste over like so. That'll thicken off the rear edge here and finish off the nose gear. So with the nose gear done, we'll next be moving on to the main landing gear. We'll be starting where we have the outline of the fuselage gear door in the underbelly here. From the center block, that wool block in the center of the 3, out from it here, we'll be knocking out this smooth stone top slab there and replacing it with a cobblestone top slab. Next, knock out the next 2 smooth stone slabs there, making sure to replace them with smooth stone top slabs like so, and then just filling in that little gap there in the wing root. So that cobblestone top slab right there will start off the connection of the strut with the fuselage there. So down from this last one that we knocked out and replaced with a smooth stone top slab there, we're going to have 2 cobblestone walls going down like so. Back from this now, we're going to have a stone brick half slab on the bottom half layer going back just like this, and then a cobblestone wall going towards the center from that top one. This is going to start off the strut and bogey for the main landing gear. Now what we can also do here is connect off this cobblestone wall with that cobblestone top slab more nicely. Again, using World Edit, 3 walls across, make sure that that one's just the flat vertical like this, select the middle, and then paste over, like so. So, now that we have the strut and bogey and all that in place, to put in the wheels themselves, what we'll be doing here is placing a black wool full block underneath that smooth stone slab there, or stone brick slab rather. Second going forwards there, and box this off so it's a 2x2 grid like this. Stone buttons out to either side, like so, to finish off the rim detailing for the set of or 2 pairs of landing gear here in the main gear. And to finish off the main landing gear here, we're going to add in the gear door. So for this, on top of the forwardmost, left forward black wool block right there of the wheels, beside these 2 cobblestone walls for the struts, we'll be placing 2 smooth stone full blocks. Nope, that broke the wall again. Okay, just paste over like that, if that updates. So, now to finish off the angled curvature of this, we're going to have a dead tube coral fan on the front face of the top block right there, and a dead tube wow, I butchered that word again. Okay, dead tube coral fan off the rear face of the bottom block right there. This will give it this diagonal slanting shape like so. And just make sure that this gets connected in with the wing right here, with 2 smooth stone slabs here. So turn that slab above the full block there into a smooth stone full block, and another slab forwards like so. That'll finish off this gear door right here. That covers up the well in the underside of the wing where this all extends down. We don't have to worry about anything in the way of detail for the gear well in the fuselage here, since that's covered up by the fuselage gear door when the landing gear is extended. So that's everything for the main landing gear. In such a small scale as this, it's pretty simple in size, but complex in construction. So we'll just be doing the same thing on the right side of the aircraft here. So, replace that smooth stone block right there with a cobblestone top slab. Knock out the next 2 out there, and replace those with smooth stone top slabs, like so. Also making sure to fill in that gap in the wing root. Now that we have that, 2 cobblestone walls going down right there. Second going towards the center, and paste over that wall to connect in with the cobblestone top slab right there. This is for, again, I don't think I mentioned this properly, but this is the support strut that connects in with the fuselage for the gear retraction. Anyways, now that we have that, a stone brick slab going back from that wall right there, black wall underneath, black wall going forwards, 2 more out to the sides just like this, with stone buttons on all 4 sides, like so. Next, 2 smooth stones going up the side of the strut right there, making sure to fix that cobblestone wall if it breaks. Dead tube coral fan on the rear face of that bottom block, and on the top face of on the front face of the top block right there. And then join this up with a smooth stone slab there to fill that up, and then another one going forwards, like so. And that is everything for the landing gear. So, congratulations on completing the Airbus A330-200. Thank you so much for choosing an Aeroteam design. We hope that you enjoyed building it, and we hope that you enjoy having it as a part of whatever project you're using this for. Do feel free to use this in any kind of publicly available project you like, given that you of course provide proper credit to the Aeroteam for these designs. You cannot use our builds without giving due credit for their design. So, if you have built this aircraft, let us know. We'd love to see how you're using our designs. Tag us on Twitter, or share it with us on our Discord server. If you enjoyed, please do consider subscribing to the Aeroteam channel to be the first to see our new aircraft when they come out. Anyways, that is just about it. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.